Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of r/ProRevenge. My name is Ryan, the official host here at Reddit Voice, and I look forward to bringing you this video. Before I do though, I'd just really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, make sure you got notifications turned on, that way you could stay up to date on all the latest videos. Let's get to it. Try to prank me? Good luck getting your camper back with a lot of cash. I think this qualifies as pro-revenge because it wasn't petty. This just happened, well finalized yesterday. Note, please don't message me asking for videos and Facebook posts and things. I promised my wife that I can't tell my story on here, but not sharing anything like pics or vids. Plus, we don't want her face plastered all over the net. Anyone who follows me or reads any of my posts knows something about my wife's best friend. I'll call her Karen, a harpy from hell. She makes everyone, even my wife sometimes, miserable. She also thinks she's smarter than everyone and just stuck up enough to believe no one would dare cross her. So a friend of ours I'll call Bill bought a piece of property next door to us. He had a bad car accident in November and lives an hour away. He made a legal agent of the property, which means I have almost as much power as he does. The property manager. It has a small house on it that is unoccupied, but I keep an eye on things. He bought the property only because next to his house is a big asphalt parking lot, and it used to be a lot for small used car company. His reasonings was that during the bad winter months he could park equipment and trucks from his other companies there. So he had also had me put up huge no parking, violators will be towed at owner's expense signs all around it. Moving on. So Sunday, I'm elbow deep into an RC submersible when my wife bursts into my study and yells for me to listen to something. I take the phone, and who is doing a live video? Karen. Karen was talking about how she was going away for a few days. This was Sunday morning because she was so stressed out from always giving people advice and helping them through their problems, etc. Then she mentioned again why my wife told me. She talked about how she parked her 46-foot, fifth-wheel, $35,000 camper next door to me, and seeing Bill was unreachable this week, I would have to look at it for the next 3 days as a reminder that she's not only smarter, but 10 moves ahead of me, as I'm a dick because I wouldn't loan her a truck and it costs money to rent one. Turns out she told her husband, who's gone during the week for work, that she had Bill's permission to put it there, so early Sunday morning he towed it over there. I was pissed. She has a tendency to lie, so I went outside and there it was. Parked right there, in the middle of the lot was her camper. I actually smiled because I had a perfect plan. As being a manager of the property, I also had the right to have any vehicle towed off there, including that one. I had two options. Call Garage A, owned by a nice guy, doesn't charge the state maximum for the tow and storage fees. Explain what happened and he might cut you a break. Then there's Garage B, he doesn't care if he has to tow your car 15 feet, he's charging you the max and always charges the max storage fees. So you're damn right I went with Garage B. Called the guy, gave him my name, told him I managed the property and bring a fifth wheel. So he had it gone in less than half an hour. This is the best part yet, my friends. I didn't tell her it was towed until yesterday morning. Yes, I waited from Sunday afternoon till Tuesday morning. Yesterday morning, she's on Facebook live streaming from her car talking about how she was going to visit her camper for another laugh. Then I got on live, my wife sent her a message to get on my live stream like now, and post the link to my page. When she was viewing, I said this. Hey Karen, hope you had a wonderful time. I have to tell you something. I had your camper towed, with me being the property's manager and Bill being unavailable, I had to have it towed. We can't let the people think they can just park on there illegally. XYZ Tow has the camper. I was going to call you Sunday, but you seemed so stressed out that I thought you deserved the break. I mean, camper is safe and that's all that matters, right? Well, Facebook lit up like a Christmas tree. As I had hoped, those watching her stream followed because, well, they were curious too. And then the messages started. Few condemned me, but most were supportive. Some thought it was about time someone showed her that she wasn't all powerful and that no one was scared of her. Then it went quiet. Now a normal person might be pissed, but understandable. But she went to the wounded Karen route. That afternoon, she got back on again. She was crying, fake crying, about how it was going to cost her over $2,000 in fees because her husband wouldn't be back till Friday to tow it back, and could someone please do it for her. A bonus I was hoping would happen. And that if she started a GoFundMe page, would people donate to help her to pay the fees? The answer to that were between no and F you. But hey, she didn't threaten to sue me at least, right? Side note, Bill is unavailable this week except to certain people, which I am a part of. I called him and told him the whole story, and his answer was exactly, "Good, you want to play games? Then be prepared to lose." The camper is still there. No one volunteered to get it. A few said they would for gas money, but she tried to play it off as would be helping her, and she owed so much in fees that she would owe them a favor. A favor no one could collect on because she has nothing to bargain with. TLDR, Karen parked her camper on a property I managed and left town for 3 days. I had the camper towed. Incompetent manager fires the wrong guy. After I came back from Kosovo with the US Army, I got lucky once and landed a really great job. I was contracted to work as a liaison in several parts of the world. Our team would basically go somewhere to figure out what needed to be done, then make it happen. For example, my first assignment was back to Kosovo, and several towns needed various construction projects. Things like a bridge over a creek, a town community center, a waste treatment plant, etc. We coordinated with the Army, NATO, and the EU, for dozens of contractors would get the jobs done. We would secure funding, then hire contractors, and in some places we were involved in hiring workers as a means of stimulating the local economy. The first team I worked with was amazing. We were able to get so much accomplished and genuinely enjoyed working together. We also had to figure out how to do everything. Our instructions were, go to place, find out what needs to be done, get it done. Somehow, we figured it out. Sometimes it was happy accidents. We made $1 million deal because we accidentally ran into the guy we needed to contact for funding in a random bar. We had been trying to find him for days. Found him in a bar at lunch, and sometime we worked long days, as much as 20 hours. Sometimes on weekends, we had very little to do. In our off time, we explored the areas and went to bars and restaurants. It was honestly one of the best jobs ever. Anyway, eventually our contracts ran out and I was the only one who signed on for another year. My teammates had families and I was single at the time. When I met the new team, I knew almost instantly that this was going to suck. The team consisted of 4 people, a manager and 3 liaisons. The 2 other liaisons were among the 2 unhappiest people I've ever met, and I could never figure out why. Those guys griped and complained about everything. We all got great pay. Often it was tax exempt. We were generally safe, and we usually had fairly comfortable lodging where we went. But they were never happy. You could shower these guys in the most beautiful escorts in the world, and they would call you cheap because you got them used hookers. One of the places we went, we were easily living in the nicest hotel in the city, with probably the best suites they offered, but the shower doesn't get hot enough, and I have to filter water to drink it. We were on the only floor in the building where the suites had their own showers or running water. Even worse, those 2 guys was our manager. Whoever taught this guy about leadership should be flogged. He supposedly learned from being an officer in the US Army, and also works from his business degree at UCLA. But somewhere along the lines, he missed all the lessons about teamwork, management, and literally anything related to managing a team. When we met, I told him that I would be happy to help him start building a relationship with all-out contacts and make his transition for the new team as seamless as possible. His response? I'm in charge of this team. We're going to change some things to start doing it right. Okay, he also decided to lay down the law, again reassuring me that he was the boss. Also, the new rules were no consumption or possession of alcohol, no leaving the lodging or workplace in off-duty hours. We worked from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time, Monday through Friday. Basically, on our off-duty hours, we were to be stayed in our rooms, or whichever facility we were lodged in. You're not here to be on vacation, you're here to get your jobs done. We were back in southeastern Europe at the time, and I had a lady friend in town. No way in hell am I staying in my room and twiddling my thumbs. I told him right away that there was no chance that I was going to comply with the commandments, and that company policy was clear that as long as there was no imminent safety risk, that we were free to do as we wished, in our free time. To claim, as safety required, that he prove that his measures were necessary, I said, "This is not the military, you do not own all of my time." So yeah, off to a real great start. It was less than 2 weeks before it came to a head. We had gotten nothing done. Nothing. The manager refused to use the contracts I had acquired over the last year, instead of preferring to go through the official channels. So I started just doing stuff myself. I made the calls, I got the funding, hired contractors, etc., and went and saw my lady friend after hours. We had this really funny thing he did where he would yell at me for going behind his back, but then put his name on my tickets and pass the work off as his own. I got sick of this, along with the crybaby brothers not doing anything. A shouting match ensued, and I pointed out his glaring incompetence. He was mad that I didn't follow orders like a soldier, and in the end, he got me fired. I tried to fight it, but apparently he was buddies with someone high up in the company. I had the last laugh, though. Just before I turned in my laptop and cell phone, I went through and deleted everything. Some of the files that I couldn't get in trouble for keeping, I saved to my own computer, but the rest were gone. This was all my contacts, all of my notes, how to get money, where to get contractors, private numbers for hundreds of people. In the hands of even a moderately competent person, this was a goldmine of information. All gone. I spent a while kind of floating around before eventually going home. Apparently, as soon as I was gone, the old manager opened up my laptop and went through to get all of my files and was enraged that it was all gone. The team was eventually disbanded, and then after another 2 months, they were still floundering, unable to accomplish anything. And with that, my friends, once again, we've reached the end of today's video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and also check out our brand new social medias, links in the description below. As always, my name's Ryan, the official host here at Reddit Voice, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.